hush has fallen over one of football's most electric young talents as Gavi, the 21-year-old whose fearless charge and low-centered power have become a heartbeat for Barcelona, finds himself clutching at a familiar pain in his right knee. It's the same joint that once betrayed him with a brutal ACL rupture, the kind of injury that forces time to slow and patience to become a second sport. Now, after a worrying twinge in training, Spain coach Luis de la Fuente admits he spoke straight to the player and revealed that the youngster is sad and facing the possibility of a meniscus operation, a moment that turns headlines into heartache in an instant. Doctors in Barcelona have been cautiously pragmatic. Imaging and early checks show the cruciate repair itself is holding up. The ligament that cost him so many months has not reopened, but the source of this fresh discomfort seems to be the meniscus. That small crescent of cartilage that can make the difference between pain you can push through and an injury that demands a blade. It's clinical language, but vivid stakes. Meniscus problems can be treated conservatively, patched arthroscopically, or in worse cases, require more time away than anyone wants to admit. The immediate line drawn by medical staff and the club is one of careful caution. Avoid rushing back, treat now, assess thoroughly. For Barcelona's manager, this is an inconvenient and potentially destabilizing development. Hansi Flick arrived with plans to balance a young frenetic midfield with tactical stability, and Gavi, when healthy, offers a rare blend of tenacity and tactical intuition that coaches build game plans around. Losing him even temporarily forces selection reshuffles. Who presses the channels, who takes on the defensive cuts, who becomes the heartbeat in transition. The squad depth will be tested in the weeks ahead, and the timing, with Valencia looming on the calendar, only sharpens the consequences. Reports state that Gavi has been ruled out of the immediate fixture as the club pursues a conservative recovery route, while further tests are scheduled to clarify whether a small arthroscopy or more invasive step is required. Beyond tactics and lineups, there is the very human image of a young player sitting in a dressing room thinking about the seasons he has left, not just the matches he will miss. De la Fuente's description of Gavi as upset is a reminder that professional athletes are not machines. They are people whose confidence and identity are partly woven into their bodies and the rhythms of play. Yet resilience is also part of the narrative. Gavi's comeback from that earlier ACL chapter showed a toughness that won fans admiration, and medical teams often prefer a conservative path first. 3 weeks of treatment and therapy. A wait to see if pain eases before cutting into tissue with surgery. That option gives hope that this scare might be beaten without another operation. But optimism will be tethered to how the knee responds in the coming days. Fans will feel the absence in intangible ways. A midfield without Gavi is thinner in pulse, less likely to ignite those sudden switches of pace that turn tight matches. For the player, every scan, every physiotherapy session, every measured step back onto the grass will be heavy with the memory of past recovery and the fear repeating. For the club, it is a scheduling puzzle and a medical challenge where preserving a young star for the long term must be balanced against the burning desire to win now. The coming days, the tests, the results, the small choices between conservative care and surgery will determine whether this is a brief, manageable scare or the start of something that reshapes both his season and Barca's plans. What remains unarguable is the emotional core, a talented young midfielder already tested by adversity, grappling again with the fragility of the human body in sport. Coaches will rearrange, fans will debate and fret, and the headlines will pulse with speculation. But in the quieter moments, the consultations, the therapy room's soft beeps, the first tentative jog on an indoor pitch, the real story will be written one careful step at a time. If conservative medicine holds and Gavi recovers without surgery, he could return with the same ferocity and perhaps an even deeper well of resilience. If not, the team and the player will face a tougher wait. Either way, the next week promises to be decisive, and every Barcelona supporter will watch closely as the club, the medical staff, and Gavi himself decide the safest route back to the field.